The gospel account of the Canaanite woman's faith leave you feeling? Confused? Jesus did ignore this woman, tell her he wasn't sent to help her, and referred to her as a dog. Dog was a slang term in those days for any non-Jew. Then he granted her petition after praising her great faith. That's a little confusing. Have you ever been far from your home and ran into someone that you knew or that knew you? You didn't recognize them, but they recognized you. They call your name, but you don't know anyone in that area, so you continue doing whatever you're doing. Then they call you by a family name or nickname, something that says they know you. Because those names mean you're more than just a familiar face to them. She said, "Lord, Son of David." You're still skeptical that this person really knows you, so your reply doesn't reveal much, but enough to test whether this person really does know you. He said, "I was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." They reply in a way that almost acknowledges that they see you don't recognize them, but letting you know they are speaking to you. In which she said, "Lord, help me." Then the tests come. We might ask this person if they know some person that we believe is familiar to both of us, or some other question to further reveal how familiar this person is with us, in which Jesus says, "It is not right to throw the food of the children to the dogs." If the person we have met knows us, they have a response to our test. She said, "Lord, even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters." With the test answered appropriately, we most likely drop our guard against our newfound friend. Jesus said, "O woman, great is your faith," and then her daughter was healed. What was so faith-filled about this woman's response? Food for the children is God's grace over Israel, the chosen people. The woman's reference to scraps from the table meant she understood that Israel was not chosen for themselves, but for the whole world. The grace bestowed on Israel wasn't meant to be hoarded or hidden. It was meant to overflow, to fall off the table to the whole world. Do you see now how great her faith was? She got it. She really got it. She knew Jesus was the Messiah, something that many of the chosen people of Israel doubted. You probably see that the church is putting before us this weekend the truth that the church is open to all people. It is unusual for all the readings in a weekend to have this much in common. Most times the first reading, the psalm, and the gospel have some link between them, but the second reading very rarely ties with the others as much as they do this weekend. If you don't see this link in the readings, I invite you to spend some time in prayer with them today and try to gain some insight into them. So there, if my homily is not long enough, you have homework. And now that I've told you the link between all the readings and the truth the church is presenting to us, I want to talk about something that is a little more hidden in today's gospel, but very present in the world today. How would you have responded if someone close to Jesus, because you know we always put people like bishops, priests, deacons, lay ministers, parish or diocesan employees, and countless others closer to Jesus than we are. How would you have responded if someone close to Jesus would have said, "Send her away"? After Jesus being quiet and his followers, who were seemingly between you and him, saying, "Send her away," what would your response be? Would you have persevered in your faith? We have most likely been presented with a situation like this, where most have responses like, "I don't think I want to be a part of this, I won't continue," or just flat out, "I'm leaving." Then, if being in the middle of the situation isn't bad enough, we hear those that share our concerns and those that oppose them. This complicates our clarity of the situation and also our healing. Yes, people are people, no matter their role in the church, but that doesn't change the fact that something they've done has hurt us. The hurt is still there regardless of their feelings of the situation. I think for us today, for me today, this is the most impressive part of this woman's faith. She didn't listen to the people's response. She kept her eye on Jesus, and she knew him better than what she was hearing from the others. Her faith led her to the truth and blocked out all the other noise. That's what all the other stuff around us that is being whispered and so cautiously said is. It's noise. The biggest challenge in these situations for us is to keep our eyes on Jesus. The disciples of Jesus responded in this negative way, although it wasn't totally unacceptable in that time. And Jesus used this outsider's faith to teach them that God's grace is for all. A teaching that would really become visible in Paul's conversion and ministry. So in closing, I ask you today, is your faith strong enough that it could be a teaching tool for others?